Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, Marvel Studios Legacy Collection Black Panther, Walmart exclusive Black Panther figure. So here, this is the one with the least amount of anything changed. Like, it's the this one was the one that should not have been released. Like why? Like you just didn't need to do it, Hasbro. We got this figure 2 times already, and the T'Chaka figure actually uses the same upper body. So it's just like, what were you guys thinking? Like, it wasn't necessary. Like, I understand the Legacy Collection. I get it, right? Release figures that people may have missed out on, and then as it ties to an upcoming MCU film or project or whatever, in this case, Wakanda Forever is coming out this year. So I get it in some instances. You know, some people may have missed out. I get it, but this figure was released 2 times already. The, which one was it? This one right here was, with the Vibranium Energy, was only released 1 time. It did get another release in all black, but the specific version only had one release. M'Baku, Nakia, Shuri, just 1 release. The Killmonger had 2 releases too because of the damn 2-pack. So I guess it's kind of up in the air. But that one was kind of the Vibranium Energy version in that 2-pack. So this one is just the tough one. And they're not going to be able to make any deco changes because they didn't get anything wrong the first 2 times. So the only change that this figure has is it has fists. So they did something at least, because this one didn't have extra hands. This one didn't have extra hands. This is the Civil War one that came with the Giant Man Build-A-Figure. This one came in the M'Baku Build-A-Figure wave. And then here, the Walmart exclusive, we have fists. That's all that's different. So we'll take a look at the comparison in this video. We will not be going over articulation or anything like that. It still sucks that the arms cannot come down to the side, even on this guy. So that is kind of tough with this one. So it's just kind of all around. So Walmart shipped mine out in a poly envelope, so it got kind of smashed up a little bit. But I'm going to be opening it anyways. But again, this is the Walmart exclusive. I'll have a link down in the video description below if you're looking to pick it up if you missed out on the previous 2 releases. But there, the side artwork of T'Challa's Black Panther. Here on the back package, that actually image looks pretty damn awesome. The bio reads, as the new king of Wakanda, T'Challa struggles to cope with the loss of his father, T'Chaka, but he's determined to live up to his great legacy. So there it is. Let's get this thing out of the box. Okay, so here's an up-close look at this new Black Panther figure. One thing that this Legacy Collection is allowing me to do is to go back to some of these older figures and really appreciate them more. So like this Black Panther, like the sculpt work of the helmet was pretty goddamn awesome back then. Like, holy crap, look how awesome that looks. Right? Looks really damn good. It is not any different from the previous one that released in the M'Baku wave, the one that's back here that I don't actually have the helmeted head on, which I'm trying to focus but won't seem to want to focus. So this one here, it's the same head sculpt that came with here, but at least this one has some improvements in the paint of the necklace, but this was probably like a QC issue as opposed to like a widespread issue with all of the figures. Like the necklace piece has better silver paint applied to it, and it's a little bit different from this one. As you can see, the silver is a little bit brighter compared to this one. This was the first Giant Man Build-A-Figure wave. One difference that this one had is there's a little bit of silver on kind of the ear portion of the helmet that this new one does not have, and the one that the M'Baku wave did not have either. So it's not like this one changed from the other one. So in terms of deco between this figure, and this figure is not a damn thing. There's no change to it whatsoever. Like nothing. Absolutely nothing. Which sucks. But, I mean, it's screen accurate. I'm glad they got it right. But it's really an unnecessary pickup. But I get it. Some people may have missed out. I just think, you know, that second release was the chance for people to get it that missed out, because when this figure first released in the Giant Man Build-A-Figure wave, it was a very popular one. Everyone wanted the Civil War Black Panther. It was his first appearance and everything, so it was awesome. At the same time, mentioning that it's the first appearance of Black Panther in the MCU, it almost does seem right to include it in the Legacy Collection, and the fact that it was a Walmart exclusive, which typically can be among the difficult, or if you get them, it ends up looking like shit because it was smashed, because it was in a poly envelope instead of a box. So maybe from that aspect, okay, but then that's just trying to make excuses and things, and it just kind of sucks. But again, for those that missed out on this the 2 previous times, this is an awesome chance to get it. I just feel like you know, this one having 2 releases before, like, even if they would have done this one but in all black again from the Black Panther movie, that would have made a little bit more sense. Whereas this suit was only at the very beginning of the movie when he goes and gets Nakia, and you have Okoye that's there with him. That's really the only time that he's wearing the suit, because then when he gets back to Wakanda, Shuri has the new suit, you know, ready to go for him. So it's just kind of one of those things. I'm like, damn, why did, like, it's just super not necessary. But for those of you guys that may not have seen a review before, the sculpt work on this thing is really, really damn nice. I mean, look at all the detail and everything in the sculpt. Like, look at the back, look at the arms, everything. There's a little bit of texture to it. It's done really nicely. But if you look at the arms, they do not go down to his side more than that. So that was like the biggest downfall of this figure. You can hide it a little bit of ways by kind of turning in and stuff, but you just cannot get those arms down to his side, and that kind of sucked. But I mean, it's still a good looking figure. I just think to re-release the figure multiple times like that just wasn't necessary, because when we got it the second time, we got an updated T'Challa head sculpt, Chadwick Boseman. Here, the first one came with a Chadwick Boseman that just didn't quite look like Chadwick Boseman and everything. Didn't even have the facial hair, because at that time they would have been going off of, you know, the what's it called? Why can't I think of it now? You know, the promo artwork, the concept art, and everything like that. So we had the Chadwick Boseman head sculpt that came, and it looked pretty good. This one, I think, is actually kind of a downgrade, kind of like the Vibranium Energy, whereas the first release came out looking really good. I see Chadwick Boseman a little bit in there. Not a crazy amount, but I do see a little bit. You know, he's got a little smirk going for it. So on mine, I got like a little bit of white paint over by his eye and into his nose. So it's a little QC issue on mine, which kind of sucks. One thing I think they improved upon was the color of his lips. It looks a little bit more natural. It's hard to tell, but there is some paint that's actually applied onto his lips. And then a couple of minor things that could have been QC issues, not really sure. The paint of his beard is applied a little bit better. I think they still missed the mark a tiny bit there. But on my new one, it is painted a little bit closer than the first original one. Luckily, this isn't shiny, kind of like all the other, like M'Baku and the other T'Challa kind of suffered from. But it's not, in my opinion, a big enough change to be like, oh, hey, let's, you know, re-release this one. But it is what it is. So if you have this one from the M'Baku wave, you are 100% good to go. No need to pick this one up unless you're going to keep it in box if you got a nice mint one or anything like that. This one is not necessary because, again, it's the exact same with the addition of the fists. I'm thinking, okay, cool, the fists. Did they sculpt new fists for this? No, they didn't. They're the same fists that come with the Vibranium Energy Black Panther, as you can see. They're the same thing. So the only difference is that he comes with fists, not that the fists are new. So disappointing all around, because I already have it. But again, for those that don't have it, this could be a good opportunity. But if you have it already, it's, yeah, super unnecessary. Okay, so here are the Black Panther figures all kind of side by side, so you can see, again, they are the exact same figures. Really no change there. In the previous figures from the Legacy Collection, I talked about, you know, being able to display on different shelves based off of the movie and things like that. I have my one for Captain America Civil War. I have my one for the Black Panther movie. So this one, actually, I can't really get away with it. It doesn't fit in any particular spot unless there's some kind of flashback or something in Wakanda Forever, or some kind of or something where it may show like the suit or something in like Shuri's lab. Otherwise, it's really not going to fit in my display anywhere other than having a masked and unmasked T'Challa with the Black Panther movie stuff. I guess that's gonna be kind of how to do it. Again, this one's kind of the tough one. It's like, well, it's a little bit more out of place, even more than the Killmonger figure. So it's a tough one, even for me as an MCU guy. So, it is what it is. But again, definitely a little disappointed that there was literally no change, no nothing. Okay, so here is the entire Marvel Studios Legacy Collection for Black Panther. I guess it wouldn't technically be. In Wakanda Forever Wave, the Atuma Build-A-Figure, the Everett Ross in there actually has the Legacy Collection logo on there. And what I think is because there was no Black Panther in the movie, that they needed to fill the wave, and they just kind of went with, hey, you know, let's do something easy that we can get to. Is probably the figures were probably already in development, so then they had to switch it up. It was probably easy to just do, hey, let's do an Everett Ross. We'll slap a Legacy Collection on there, and that could work out. That's kind of how I feel that happened, is what happened. I honestly have no idea. Not that Hasbro would ever say, I'm sure. But that's kind of what I'm thinking was the case there. So technically, I guess the Everett Ross could kind of fit in here for as far as Legacy Collection. But the individual releases on their own, we have the Legacy Collection Wave, and then the Target exclusive M'Baku and the Walmart exclusive Civil War Black Panther here. Easy passes for a lot of folks. Awesome opportunity for people that missed out on some of the figures. The important one being M'Baku, probably because it was a build-a-figure before. I know a lot of people weren't able to build that. Some people missed out on the T'Challa Black Panther figure, the Vibranium Energy. Though this is a good chance for them to pick this one up. If they missed the Civil War, it's awesome. Shuri, I think, was pretty easy to get, but the updates to this Shuri figure are amazing. I think she's the most must-have out of the whole entire thing. Killmonger, the updates are cool on that, and Nakia, the updates are cool on her as well, but none of the figures are all that necessary, and that's kind of what the Legacy Collection is. I know a lot of people were mad about it. Oh, you're paying more and you're not getting a Build-A-Figure. Well, the price isn't going to be what it was before because prices have gone up, so they're not going to have the same prices before. That doesn't really make sense. That's not how that works. But again, these aren't going to be for everybody, and they know that. Everyone knows that. It's okay if you don't like them, you don't want them. But again, for those that missed out, this is their chance. This is for them to pick them up. So hopefully, it works out for a lot of collectors, and hopefully, on the flip side, a lot of collectors are able to save some money and not pick them up. But you guys let me know down in the comments below, where do you kind of fall in that? Do you pick them up? Are you passing? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.